Wonderful Tuesday evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network. The live coverage of the Short Track Showdown Series BF Hammers 100 from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 23 drivers have checked in for tonight's action, so a fantastic field of cars. Great little short track tonight. Nice little banking in the corner. Kind of a tough exit at both ends. It's a tricky little track for the drivers. Most of them enjoy it, right up until the point where they don't. But it's produced a lot of great racing action. You'll see a couple of lines of racing as we get through our main event tonight. That top line can come in once a little bit of rubber gets put down. And drivers are usually not afraid to get right up there and get after it. We're watching drivers take laps out here this evening. Right now, Nick Baker showing the way. Let's look at the 81. Title sponsor for the event on that car, so we'll see how Mr. Erdeman does this evening. But there is the guy fastest in the session right now, Nick Baker. Got the defending champ in here tonight off of his shoulder surgery. Trying to give himself some laps. And boy, the 43 car got good service right there. So Reed Rundle back on the pavement. We'll see if he does a little bit better than he did in his dirt debut the other night with one arm. A little one-arm bandit action going on. He is recovering from that shoulder. Austin Moore's in the house. Matt Eddy. 88 car. Rick Stallings back in here. Some new faces. I saw a couple. Josh Westendorf is in here tonight. Philip Temples. I haven't seen that name before. Good looking ride he's got there though. Mr. Vinny, have fun at the basketball game, and hopefully we'll see you back here. I think it's in 2 weeks. I think we're off next week for the holiday. Jesse Thomas back in the Eckridge, number 10. Justin Sumner, the 94 car. Wonderful, I'm going to say alternate throwback type thing. 94 classic. That was not one of his paint schemes. Yeah, well, I'm finding all the cars that got involved in that, didn't I? Mike Steffen, the 669 machine. New face to the series. Trying to get most of these guys to join the Discord server so we can chat with them at some point during the race. I think the guys are going to be called off the track right now for a quick driver's meeting, and that is going to give us time to do something that should be done before every sporting event, and that is our invocation and our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, huge thank you to my man, Johnny Foley, and to Sam Foley as well. I hope you can hear me now, Torso. Sometimes with this Windows 11 thing, they're weird sound settings. I have to unplug and replug the microphone. I don't know why. It's hard to run two different pieces of sound equipment at the same time with Windows 11. It's complicated. I don't know why they screwed it up like they did. I missed the old way when I could plug in 42 items and it worked just fine. But hopefully I'm back and you can hear me well now. We are just waiting for our drivers to come out of the drivers' meeting, get ready to head into qualifying. Off tomorrow, back on Thursday. Netcode Esports Mighty Midgets. That is a 8:45 start time for them. And we'll come back around on Sunday and have the Mara series. They'll move to pavement for round one of the pavement series, week 2 of the overall series. And then Dirt Slingers back again on Monday. I think these guys are off next Tuesday for the holiday. And I know that Netcode is off for Thursday as we head for Turkey Day. So the upcoming schedule for the rest of the week, the next 6-7 days. 2 more drivers checked in, and while we were doing the drivers meeting, Jason Garrett and Dale Garrett both checked in. So we'll see about 25 cars out here as drivers get ready to start heading out for qualifying. There's that 669 of Mike Steffen. First one to actually get off of pit road, so we'll at least watch him in his get up to speed lap. Nick Baker's rolled out now. Sean McLaughlin also. And he doesn't like that. Might have gotten a black flag getting up it. Oh, maybe they're all stopping down here in turn 3. Let's see what Austin Demore does. So I think some of the guys came out, jumped straight up on the track, and you have to go across the blue line that is at the exit of turn number 2 down on the apron, or you'll get an illegal pit exit penalty. Right there's that blue line. You see that blue cone against the inside wall there. So watch that right now. Philip Temple's 18.82 seconds showing the way in qualifying. Alan Payne up to 4th. Jeff Werdeman in that 81 machine. Marvin Turnmeyer jumps to 2nd, moves his teammate down. Here the car is hitting the chip right at the end of the straightaway. That's pretty good timing on that too. 2nd lap around for Werdeman. Quicker, but not quick enough. Temple's still the fastest. 1882, Turnmeyer. Here is Josh Westergaard. in the 92 car. We'll see what he can do. Temple's still showing the way. 18.82 seconds. Lawson got up there. Brad Lawson. And Lawson. Now Andrew Perry. Quick time as he bumps by 1,000th. Temple's off the top of the pylon. Let's see what Westendorf's first lap looks like. It was 19:20, and he didn't pick up very much there. Reed Rundle on track, your defending series champion. NASCAR used to have one-eyed Jack. We'll have, we'll just have one-armed Reed right here. How about that? I think that's going to probably put him in a bad spot, 6th, and he got the car way out of shape down there. This lap not going to be better, way out of shape again. And Rundle slows it way down that time. Jason Garrett, 14 machine here on the track. Caleb Sanford about to roll out off pit road. The car starts to get real free right there where it starts bouncing coming up out of the corner. There's a couple little bumps down low, and there's kind of an exit hump right on the exit of the corner. And it will definitely get the car light when you're back on the throttle trying to come out of that corner. Same thing right there. And you heard him burp the throttle. That time car stuck a little bit better. Quick time. 1881 and 1880 with a 9. So he will move to the top, see if he improves on lap number 2. I think he was a little wide in 3 and 4 right there, but clips the clock at 1880. So 1880 with a 9, his quickest. And that is going to move him on to the pole position. Only car had not taken time was Dale Garrett in the 72 car. I'm pretty sure that's last week's winner, and I'm wondering why he would not take time, but okay. Well, hello to Michael and Barbara in the chat. They are over on YouTube. Guys, doesn't matter where you're at. YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, Facebook. Say hi in the chat. We can see you. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, hit the subscribe button. You know every time we go live. And if you're on Facebook, come to the Dirt Racing Network's page, no matter where you're watching from. Like, share, and follow. You'll get a notification each time somebody here at the network clicks live. Just waiting for the final seconds to tick off, and then we're going to throw these guys out here to line them all up. They have a 5-car invert. We're going to have a little warm-up session while they get that fixed up. I thought I saw that name. I don't see the name in here, so. Andrew Perry, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You got bumped off by what I feel like was the last car to go out from the pole, but that's still going to give you a pretty decent starting spot in the front couple of rows here. What's the plan, especially on this tricky little bumpy racing surface?
Go fast and turn left. That's the only plan I got.
Well, I'm going to be excited to see how that goes, because every time I talk to anybody else in this series, they always say, I'm going to bide my time. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for the last handful of laps, this, that, the other. You're just going to go fast the whole time.
I'm probably going to try to, like I said last week, I'm going to try to find a spot to ride and set a good pace, but not a blistering pace, and kind of save my stuff. We've got to make a pit stop in this anyway for fuel, probably take 2 tires, and just, see where I'm at the end. I don't know that I've got the fastest car here, but I'm going to try to, have a good finish and do what the car is capable of.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan to me. Good luck out there, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you at the end of the night.
Well, I said that last week, and I got wrecked, but I hope I'm talking to you again.
All right, buddy. Good luck out there. Andrew Perry. We talked to him last week before the feature. It didn't work out for him, so we don't want to bring down, the whole house of cards on that guy. So we won't try to talk to him every week. If he has a bad week this week, we're going to lay off him for a little bit. But let's try to see what Nick Baker has to say. Hey, Nick Baker, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Roger. How you doing?
All right, man. I'm doing pretty good. I'm wondering, I know what the plan was for last week. What's the plan for this week out there with the 89 machine?
I'm going to run until the tires fall off. I don't care about saving tire. I know how to run this track. This is where I won at last season, so I'm hoping that, I'm starting 10th, top 5, I think is realistic here. We got some real competitive guys in here.
All right, well, we got to have a pit stop, right? Are we worried about how short, small, and tight pit road is with any kind of incidents or penalties?
Well, I'm not going to run any green flag pit stops. I'm just going to wait till caution. Around 40 to 60 is my range. If there's a caution lap 42 or lap 59, I'm taking it.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of the night.
Thanks again, Roger. Hopefully I'll talk to you.
All right, Nick Baker. Put him back where he belongs. Let's look at what is our starting lineup. It's going to be a Sanford and Perry, and I think they're going to drop back a row, and Temples and Lawson. That's going to be our front row. Turnmeyer and Werdeman, row number 3. Then Arundel and Sumner in row 4. Powell and Baker, row 5. Whitfield and Eddy in your 6th row. The 7th row, Thomas and Pearson. Moore and Damore. M-O-H-R and D-A-M-O-R-E in row number 8. Wow. Greg Moore and Austin Dumore. Mike Steffen and Blake Stallings are going to make up our 9th row. Our 10th row, Barry Hines and Alan Payne. Then Josh Westendorfer and Jason Garrett in row number 11. And the 12th and final row, well, that isn't the 12th. It's the 12th and final full row. It's going to be McLaughlin and Yates in the very, 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 very back of the field. Pretty sure that's last week's winner in the 72, Cardale Garrett. So I'd have to go back and check the notes from last time, but I'm pretty sure that 72 car is who came out with the victory. He waited till the last 10 laps and made a move on the top side and beat Matt Eddy. So we shake it up, and Turnmeyer moves from 5 to 1. Lawson goes to his outside. Temple will go to the inside of row 2 next to Andrew Perry. And your quick qualifier for the evening will drop back to the inside of that 3rd row next to Jeff Werdeman. So 5 cars on the invert. Look who is in row number 4 on the inside. That is Reed Arundel, your series defending champion. I told him when he missed a race the other night that, there's a whole lot of things you do with one arm and don't deny it. And I got a pretty good response back from him on that. And so he is here tonight. I think challenge was accepted. That's all I'm going to say about that. Pace truck's about to get out of the way. BF Hammers 100. Round number 2 for the short track Showdown series is under the green flag. 100 circuits around the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. A good start up front, Marvin Turnmeyer. Something he hasn't seen a lot of in a while. And that is clean racetrack in front of him under green flag conditions. And he looks like he is going to lead lap number 1 pretty handily here, coming out of turn number 4. 0.3 of a second over Lawson. Little action in behind that. I thought I saw that 31 car get a little squirrely out of the corner. And if he did a fantastic job of saving that, because he didn't lose an inch to Andrew Perry. You can see Perry really fighting hard on the top side. Got out of shape. Got into Sanford. Caution. Rundle is involved. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, the big one at Nashville. And that's early. That is pretty early. So let's go back, because we're going to watch the gray car on the inside of the orange car. On the outside, Perry gets a little free. That's a little contact there. And then he clips Rundle. Rundle hits head on into the outside wall. It's a parking lot. Half the field is in this. Barry Hines. Stallings comes in late. Werdeman was in it. Baker looks like he got a little piece of that. I mean, Moore's in it. Half the field is in this thing and not directly involved, but they got a piece of it one way or another. Where it's a car bouncing off the fence, a car bouncing off a car. Yeah, Harmon, yard sale it. Absolute yard sale. So I'm looking at the 31. Right front fender pushed down just a little bit. I don't know. That may not affect him a whole lot. Mike Steffen got a piece of that. The front end of his car pretty tore up. Greg Moore. I saw his car stopped. I don't know if he actually got any of it. I know the car behind that's Westendorf's 92 car. His left front is crushed in pretty good. Where is the 43 car? Reed Rundle. And he is cruising around. And it looks like they pulled the nose out on that car. Got it pretty straight. So we got a couple of laps in. Turnmeyer and Lawson, Temples, Sumner, Thomas, Hines, Stallings, Steffen, Moore, and Westendorf are now the top 10. 3 or 4 of those cars have some damage, and they're to the back of that top 10. Then McLaughlin, Payne, Yates, DeMoore, Pearson, Powell, Baker, Rundle, Whitfield, and Eddy through the top 20. Everybody kind of behind that is off. Perry's off track. Werdeman's off track. Dale Garrett off track. Jason Garrett is back. He's way at the back. I think he's waiting for the field to go by. Jeff Werdeman's car still sitting on pit road. Here comes the 31 car in. He's going to come and get a look at this. Finally, late in this one. And it looks like he's going to get to his pit style and get stopped. Light's still on the pace vehicle, so we're not going green just yet.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Driver's just now coming out of the pits. Got cars still on pit road. So Andrew Perry is taking the 33 car down to have a look. Oh, yeah, front end of that car heavily damaged. So we talked to him last week. He got in a wreck. We talked to him this week. He got in a wreck. I think we might leave Mr. Perry alone for a couple of weeks and not talk to him pre-race, and hopefully get a chance to talk to him post-race, because, yeah, I'm sure that's got to be frustrating. So you can see that he's got damage all around the front of the car. We're going to double him up, get him ready to go back to the green flag. 23 of our cars still on the track. Pace truck out of the way. Tight entry to that pit road right there. Tough left-hand corner. Green flag back in the air. Turnmeyer once again with the lead. Lawson slides into second. Battle side by side for the third and fourth spot. That is settled now. Sumner grabs the spot. Temples slides in behind him. Single file through the first 10. That's Greg Moore. Behind that, McLaughlin looking to the outside, trying to get that 10th spot away from Moore. Car in the infield. I think that might be Yates. And Yates. 28 car as we go back. That's the white car. He'll come out of turn number 2. Got the left sides down on the apron. Got up, got into the side of Rundle. And Baker got Rundle. Reed Rundle, just a pinball tonight. And heavy damage. I think the right front suspension is broken on the 28 car. Thought I saw that front tire shifting around right there. So we'll see if he takes that to the attention of the pit crew here. Pits may not be open just yet. Tough track, tight racing, close quarters, slick, little to no grip out here, and that is going to make for some difficult passing. And when guys touch, it's going to turn into a parking lot real quick. So, all right, looks like we're getting ready to head back to green as the field's going to tighten up and back out with the caution lights. Got a bunch of cars straggling off the back of the field back here. I think a few drivers just didn't know where they were supposed to be. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Don't be afraid to shout out in the chat. Looks like we got a wave around car. That's the 14 of Jason Garrett. Getting waved around. He'll get put back on the lead lap.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
And the driver of the pace truck, he was signaling out the window. I'm not sure what he was signaling just now because they let him get all the way on pit road before they decided to do one more. He gave somebody a signal out the window right there. So now it looks like the field is really starting to get formed up here 2x2. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. We should go back to green this time. Long ways to go. And I know it's a short track. Seems like the laps will tick by pretty quick. 18.8 seconds. But we got to get things going, get a little bit of rhythm, get a little flow. Green flag back in the air. Turnmeyer once again with a good start. This time Sanford got a great shift into the third gear right there, coming down the front stretch. Looked like Turnmeyer stumbled just a little bit. Sanford had to back off now. He and Lawson going to go side by side. Or Temples, I'm sorry, that was Temples and Lawson going side by side. Lawson's going to have the spot. Temples in third. Thomas, Hines stalling. Wait, what happened to Sumner? Where'd he go? Sumner all the way to the back. Damage on the left front of the whole left side of the 94 car. So we'll go back to the front. Turnmeyer kind of having his way. He's starting to get away from these guys a little bit. Putting a little bit of a gap between himself and second place. A caution once again. Yellow flag is out. Let's see if it's Wes Whitfield in the 7 car. I think he gets a piece of whatever this is. Oh, that is Reed Arundel. Wow. Yeah. And Reed Arundel has found the fence one more time in this thing. He and Moore are side by side here. Yeah. Car high. Got turned across the nose. That's going to collect Werdeman. That's going to collect Westendorf. Wow. So our one-armed bandit. Heavy damage. 43 car. And they'll get that thing back to the pits, and we'll see if he can continue or not. Very difficult night for the defending champ. He missed the first race. Not having a whole lot of luck in the second race. Hopefully he'll heal up pretty quick, and we get to see that 43 car back to what we're used to seeing out of him, and that's running close to the front, being competitive each and every night. Right now, it is Turnmeyer, Lawson, Temples, Thomas, Hines, Stalling, Steffen, McLaughlin, DeMoore, our top 10. Payne, Powell, Baker, Pearson, Whitfield, Eddy, Perry, and Sumner. Sumner was up here battling in the top 3, got sideways out of turn 2, I guess. Pancake left side of the car, and he went all the way to the back. Looking to see if the lights go off on our pace truck, and they do not. So at least one more lap around here. Looks like the 81 car, Jeff Werdeman, back in the infield. They are going to pull out some fenders, pull out the nose, get him set up and ready to go back on the track. 9 laps. That is what we have completed. Good look inside from Turnmeyer. Yeah, there's a 4th place. Jesse Thomas's in-car camera. So it looks like we're going to double them up now, get them ready to go back. Yeah, he not having a good night, Bill. See what he can do. He did get the car back on the track, albeit with some damage. But the pace truck going to duck out of the way. We're going to start lap number 10 of 100.
Green flag, green flag.
As we go back to green. Turnmeyer, a lot better start this time. Lawson tucks in behind. Temple's behind that. Now, Thomas cleanly into 4th. It's side by side for 5th. Hines and Stallings trying to go at each other. And Stallings has the high side. Don't know if that's going to work or not. Looks like Hines will move cleanly into the 5th spot all by himself. The door's still open. So here comes Stefan in that 669 machine, trying to work up the inside. He's not going to get there. Stallings shuts the door. Stallings holding it down in 6th. Stefan is 8th. Stefan is 7th. McLaughlin is 8th. DeMoore back here. Haven't heard a lot out of Austin DeMoore. He's in that 9th spot. And then Jay Powell in the 18. It's a gaggle behind Baker. Baker is in 11th. And then behind that, they're 2 wide, 2 deep. As once again, here comes Justin Sumner, charging back through the field all the way back up to the 13th spot. As he goes around Whitfield. That'll move Whitfield back to 14th. Matt Eddy in the 15th spot. Alan Payne, Jeff Werdeman, Greg Moore, and Josh Westendorf through 19th, and Yates in the 28 car back there in the 20th spot. But Turnmeyer not getting away from these guys this time. Got away a little there as a pass for second as Temples takes it back in caution one more time. Did Brandon Yates have a problem here in the 28 car? He's off the top side. We got a little loose, little contact there. Yeah, that's he and Garrett in the 14. So more damage for the 28. Jason Garrett in the 14 car. Minimal damage. Only the right front fender's scuffed up a little bit on that car. So. Looks like Eddy, Moore, Payne, and Yates all on pit road right now. See Matt Eddy's car rolling by, heading out. Moore's car still sitting in the box back here. Oh, Andrew Perry was right at the head of. So that's Alan Payne and Yates. And Yates is already rolling off. Payne's car is still sitting in his pit box. It was the 14 of Jason Garrett that rolled by. Still waiting to see. I don't know. They look like they got everything squared away on that 14 car. We're waiting to see if he's going to roll back out here. A lot of cars moving up and down in the field. Right now, Sean McLaughlin, 15 spots improved. He would be the hard charger currently. Lights still on the pace truck. Everybody's making their way down the backstretch, trying to get some order to the field before we go side by side again. I think we'll get the one to go signal right here. Terry Mustard Jr. I have not seen you in a hot minute, sir. Where have you been keeping? Doubling them up, ready to go back to the green flag. Still 84 laps remaining. I am doing pretty well. I got over my whatever that trash was I had that was keeping me down. And I have been doing pretty well. Going to see you guys over there at PRO in a couple of weeks, I think. I think that combination race with Netcode and PRO, I'm covering that on the 5th. On the 5th of December.
Green, green, green.
All right, back to green. Turnmeyer again. He's got some company this time. High side may be getting going here as Lawson made it go. Oh, car flipping down the backstretch. That is Barry Hines. I don't even have to wonder who that was. I know exactly what car. I saw that car. I saw the 57 on the side of it. What happened to Barry? Another trying to come off the corner with a car on the outside. He got right hooked and he hit the fence a ton. Hit the fence a ton twice. Tumbled across a couple of cars down the backstretch. So that was not pretty. A little rough and tumble here, getting things going. We are 17 laps in to this 100-lapper. See, Hines is still on pit road with the reset. He'll be able to get it fixed and come back out, albeit at the back of the field. We have got Rundle, a retiree. Perry, a retiree. Yates looks like he's retired. Well, maybe not. Yeah, looks like those four have retired along with Dale Garrett. So Greg Moore, the last of the cars on the track currently running. I think Hines probably going to be able to return to action. Don't know if I want to be quoted on that for sure or not. Well, he was at the front, Terry, and then I think he lost the car a little bit and ended up pancaking down the inside of the backstretch, and he's making his way back. He was 20th or 21st at 6 laps ago. And we have had a couple of pretty good cautions. So. Back up here inside the top 10. He'll be starting outside row number 5 right here. We're going to get that pace truck out of the way. Going to get back to the green flag again.
Green flag, green flag.
In the starting zone, the green flag comes out immediately. Great start this time. For the 16, he goes to the top side, covers the entry line. Not going to let Lawson get back up alongside him because Lawson was dead beside him when the caution came out the last time. Top 3, 4, 5, 6, it looks like. All the way back to McLaughlin in the 77. Single file behind that, DeMore and Baker. They're going to be side by side down here in 1 and 2. DeMore has the advantage. Can Baker get down in front of Stallings? Gets a good run out of 2, and he'll pull back alongside. I just think right now it may not be the place to be up there on that high side. Not quite enough rubber in there yet. DeMore holds it down. Battle for second right now. Temples pulled alongside Lawson down into 1 and 2. Has the spot cleared in 3 and 4. Door still open for Steffen. Try to take the last podium spot away down here. Lawson fought hard on the top side after the lead. Ooh, almost a meeting of the minds right there. Steffen backed off, and that relinquishes the spot. So put Lawson back to 3rd. Steffen is 4th. Thomas is 5th. That battle behind. Oh, battle behind not over, and Nick Baker.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Nick Baker ended up on the short end of that stick. He and DeMore came together out of turn number 4. Yep, DeMore got a little free. Baker was coming out of the corner. Doesn't look like a ton of damage. Right rear corner maybe has a little bit. See if we can get a look when he goes through the corner. Yeah, right rear corner pushed in just a little bit. That's about the only damage on the 89 car. And these guys are going to get tired of talking to me because every time they do, they end up in a wreck. Temples took 2nd away from Lawson. Lawson fought hard to keep 3rd. Because Thomas tried to get there. It didn't work out. So we're looking at Yates, not on track. Mike Steffen might be the only. Mike Steffen no longer on. Well, that's weird because I thought he was just battling for a spot. He is not on the track. Wow. So the cars kind of fall. There goes Sumner to the pits. The 94 car going to get some of that damage, especially on that left front, probably fixed. Going to have to charge through the field again. He's got plenty of time to do it. You didn't get much of it fixed. We'll see if he can make that charge back through the field. Still, Turnmeyer, Temples, Lawson, Thomas, and McLaughlin are the top 5 right now. Let's look at our hard charger. Still going to be showing McLaughlin. McLaughlin, 18 spots. Started 23rd. Up to the 5th spot currently. And Blake Stallings must have just been following in his tire tracks because the other 77 machine has picked up 13 spots.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag back in the air. A lap number 22 off the top side this time, and Turnmeyer gets a good start. Here comes Thomas. Thought he was going to have run enough to get up there, but he couldn't take it. He gets 3rd away from Lawson. I thought he was going to have run enough to get there on Temples, but did not materialize. We'll go back a little bit. Whitfield was in a two wide battle. He's got Werdeman to the high side. I think he'll clear that spot pretty easily. Now, Werdeman and Sanford going at it, and the caution going to put a quick end to that battle. Your quick qualifier for the evening. Let's have a look. Greg Moore and Matt Eddy. Nick Baker right up under the back of Moore. Oh, yeah. Moore didn't think that car was there. And they hooked up, and they're going to skid all the way down the straightaway together up against the fence. So 23 laps in, working caution number 7. You just rip the sheet metal off of it and slap some new on there to be just fine. You know, if you leave it on there, the longer the season goes, the more character the car builds. If you just leave the damage. I learned that from my old dirt racing days. Plus, it's expensive as hell to replace skins all the time. So Eddie and Moore both in the infield trying to get the damage from the last incident fixed. It's still Turnmeyer, Temples, Thomas, Lawson, Stallings the top 5. McLaughlin, Powell, Pearson, Whitfield, Werdeman the top 10. Comers, goers. Have not been able to get a good long run in. Haven't had a lot of rhythm in this one. It's been Turnmeyer out front. With the 5-car invert, he took the pole and has led every single lap. Really has only had one challenge, and it only lasted for a couple of corners because the caution came out. That was when Lawson got a great run on the high side and was able to pull up alongside him down the backstretch before caution. It looks like Matt Eddy trying to get the 88 car fixed up and off of pit road here. He is making his way to try to catch up to the back of the field. Well, maybe not. Maybe he is still on. Yep, there he is. He's going to try to catch up to the back of the field here. I thought I saw the car rolling. It looks like we're doubled up. We're going to get ready to go back to green. Almost 25% of the way. We need a couple of laps here. Turnmeyer trying to get another good restart. Get out in front of these guys and get them cleared. And he does. Perfect timing on that. Temple slides to second. Now Thomas has got a battle. Trying to hang on to the third spot. Lawson got a good run on the top. He did this once before. They'll go side by side. And now Lawson going to fall behind. Up on the top side, there's an opening to get down in front of McLaughlin, and he'll do it. That keeps him in fourth. McLaughlin fifth, and Stallings in the 6th spot. Jay Powell with a good run has brought the 18 car from an early. He was a lap 1 incident. That's where the damage on the right front came from. He's worked his way up into the top 7s. He's got Whitfield behind him, and on the outside, that's Pearson. Here's Pearson. And your quick qualifier, Caleb Sanford, the 31 car recovery after an early issue for him. going to work his way back into the top 10, put him in 9th right now. Go back to 15th. That's where you're going to find Justin Sumner. This will be his 3rd trip through the field this evening. He secures that 15th spot. Now I'm going to try to go up here and work on the 7 of DeMoore. We'll check back at the front. They are nose to tail for your race lead, and Temples now putting the pressure on, pulls to the inside. He's got position on the 16 car. Can Turnmeyer hold him off on the high side, out of 2. Drag race down the backstretch. Now Temples surges ahead towards the exit of the corner, but Turnmeyer fights back. Temples leads the lap. First new leader of the race, took 30 circuits to get it done. Crossover move that time from Turnmeyer. Temple got just a little loose. Turnmeyer's got the nose up the inside. Temple kept the power down through the corner, and he cleans the hot top spot away. And I thought we were going to see Turnmeyer go to the inside right there because I thought the car got out of shape. Now he and Thomas have a little contact down the backstretch. So Turnmeyer back to 2nd. Thomas is still 3rd. Lawson still battling for 4th. Now he gets moved up the hill by McLaughlin. So a few laps of green flag racing, and we're seeing a lot of actual racing. This guy's starting to get after it. As your leader, Temple's now starting to break away from Turnmeyer. He's got 0.6 of a second. All the way back to 6th in Blake Stallings in that white car with the purple trim. And we drop back a little bit to Wes Whitfield, who's solo in the 7th spot. Sanford is solo in 8th. Pearson has a pretty good gap behind in 9th. 10th place, Jay Powell. Going to be under fire as side-by-side battle is raging right there. Woo! Little contact between Garrett and Baker, and Baker is just going to go from top to bottom and see what he can do getting down into 1. Both drivers trying to work around the car in front of them. What a good battle. This right at the edge of the top 10 right here. So I see Sumner up on the top side. He's working on the outside of Werdeman for 14th now. And he's gone to the top side of the track. I saw your text before, man. I saw when you were over on Facebook. So Baker, 11th now, just outside that top 10, dropping back a couple spots. 14th position, working on 13th. He's got him in his sights. Sumner making his move, coming back to the field for the 3rd time tonight. Heavily damaged machine, but he is making the best of it. So he's going to pull up behind Jay Powell and start to size him up. Temple's still out front, and he is starting to get way away from these guys. He's got a 2nd and a quarter as Jesse Thomas now going after Marvin Turnmeyer again for 2nd. Same song, 2nd verse, I think, as Turnmeyer up the hill. Ooh, that time Thomas got up the hill with him. They're going to stay side by side. We are not to halfway. They're racing like there's 10 laps to go. Half a car for Thomas. This time a full car, he clears. Turnmeyer, caution behind. Oh no, I think McLaughlin in the 77 had a problem. Oh, he got a little help. He got some help from Stallings. I don't think there's heavy damage on that car, but he got a little help from Stallings. Got up under that rear bumper, lightened up the back end of the car, and around goes. Mr. McLaughlin. So, a little right front. That may have been there for a while. I think he was in one of the early crashes, and that may have been there for just a little bit. So, right in here behind Matt Eddy, that's 19th and 20th position. That's the last of the cars on the track. So you're going to see most of this field coming down pit road. We're close enough to halfway they can make it on a full fuel load. Seeing cars change tires. We're seeing guys get fuel. Damage fixed. There goes your leader. And the 72 look like he is going to maintain. So Temple's hanging on. Oh, here comes the 94. He's going to pick up spots on pit road. We'll have to let all this shake out, but I think Philip Temples is going to keep the lead. Or he'll be the first of the pitting cars that made it back on track. And then I think Justin Sumner was the second of those cars. So we'll have to see how this is going to shake out. Wes Whitfield maybe did not pit. Maybe have pitted off of cycle with these guys on one of the last cautions. And so he's got the 07 out front. Barry Hines was in a terrible crash earlier. Is going to be second in the line. Then Greg Moore. And then I think Temples is fourth in line here. That's what it looks like. Sumner will be fifth in the line. And they will just kind of work back from there. Sanford, your quick qualifier started fifth on the evening, and he is now back in about the top 6 or 7 here. Nick Baker, good pit stop for him. Marvin Turnmeyer went from about second or third here. He's back in about 8th. So slow stop on the 16 car. Jesse Thomas came out right behind him. We'll get ready to go back to the front because they're going to double them up. They'll get us ready to go here. Whitfield and Hines, then Moore and Temples, Sumner and Sanford, Baker and Turnmeyer, Thomas and Lawson will be the top 10 to restart this 59 laps. 59 laps remaining.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Another new car out front. Third leader for the evening. Wes Whitfield brings us back to green. Kind of watching this middle pack right here. Moore bounced it up the hill. Sumner had to move higher. Now Sumner going to move alongside on the top side. This is a battle for 5th. Greg Moore trying to keep the 5th spot in the 10 machine. On the preferred line. '94 car. Just too strong on the top side. If he can keep that thing straight off the corners, he's going to have great runs down the straightaways. He was able to get back to the throttle quite a bit quicker. He just has to be mindful of the car getting out away from him on the back end exit of the corner. I think it's just a matter of time. Moore is going to have to relinquish the spot, and it could happen right here out of the exit of turn number 4. It's going to, and that's going to open the door. And Baker saw what Sumner did, and he's probably going to try to do the same thing. So Whitfield, Hines, Temple, Sanford, and Sumner, the top 5 now. Moore got a little free down on the bottom, had to roll off the throttle. That opens things up for Baker. Slowed up Turnmeyer because he was right behind him, and he had to wait for the 10 to save it. Now we're single file through the top 10. As Jason Garrett is your 10th place runner. That's the 14 machine. Austin Demore in 11th, and then it's a little bit of a gap back to McLaughlin. But Whitfield out front, and we've seen this before out of the 07 car. When he gets in clean air, he can keep it there. And he is doing what he needs to keep the car underneath him and keep it close to the yellow line. He's going to make him pass him on the high side. Hines has company. Here comes Temples. Temples was leading at the caution when everybody pitted. Now with a little cut down middle of the corner, Hines comes off wide. You're going to have a new second place car by the time we exit turn 2. As Temples going to rock it right by. Yeah, Hines got a good run. I thought Hines might give the spot away right there. He's going to have to in 3 and 4 as he washes way wide. Here comes Sanford. Sanford now making a bid for third, and he's trying to stay right in the tire tracks of Temples. Doesn't want to let that 72 car get too far away. Door stayed open, and there's Sumner. Came right up to the back bumper. Couldn't get through on Hines. But we've seen him make moves to the top side, but he's got to protect against the car behind because Nick May. Oh, Byron Turnmeyer. I saw the 16 car turn sideways right there. That was Turnmeyer. Yeah, that was Marvin Turnmeyer's car, and I've got, there we go. Now we've got him. Yeah, he's already sideways here, so we're going to cheat. We're just going to back it up. Looks like he just got the left front down on the apron too far. Pretty fancy driving by the guys behind. Only one car clipped him. So Turnmeyer with the selfie. Here comes Sumner back to pit road. Interesting. He just likes to drive through the field. That's what I'm going to go with. 94 car just likes to drive through the field. Because he made a great call in pit strategy. Got himself up towards the front. Worked himself up into the top 5 after the restart, and then he just gave all that away. He's going to come out of here somewhere in the neighborhood of 18th to 20th. Your leader, Wes Whitfield, also leaves the racing service and relinquishes the lead to the 72 car of Philip Temples. And now Sanford, the quick qualifier for the evening, is in the second spot, and he was following the 72 car right through every pass that Temples made. Sanford right in his tire track, so this ought to be a pretty good battle up here at the front. We're past halfway, only got 47 laps to go. Well, hopefully they don't frown too heavily on him trying to ride around there and eat an ice cream cone while he's racing. Looks like Nick Baker's going to be through. Oh, 31 car hits for pit road late in the cycle. I'm not sure what this is about. It looks like one more time around for sure before we get to 1 to go. So that is going to shake some things up a little bit. Temples, Baker, Moore, Thomas, Garrett, DeMoore, McLaughlin, Stallings, Lawson, Werdeman will now be the top 10. Powell, Westendorf, Pearson, Hines, Whitfield, Sumner, Payne, Turnmeyer, Eddy, and Sanford. Rounding things out. Wow. Big shuffles. 48 laps to go. It's hard enough to pass here. I'm not sure I'd give up the track position. Well, there must be a McDonald's in the infield then. I heard they were taking all those machines out of all the new modern McDonald's. Didn't make any difference. The damn things didn't work anyway. So we're not going to miss them. All right, pace truck getting out of the way. 48 circuits remaining.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Temples and Baker go 1-2. Moore hanging on for third. I think the car is a little free. He may have only taken 2 tires on his pit stop, and he may regret that. Jason Garrett right behind that. And there's Jesse Thomas in the 10 car in the 5th spot once again. He's got McLaughlin right behind him. Moore in 7th. Lawson, Stallings, and Powell. And they're battling side by side. Stallings and Powell for the 10th and final position in the top 10. That time Stallings slammed the door on him.
All right, man.
And caution in behind. Matt Eddy and Barry Hines. Who exited the corner? Yep. Meeting of the minds, and man, I'll tell you what, these two can't catch a break tonight. They'll drive them away. Well, I don't know if that's any easier to eat riding around out there or not. So caution number 10, lap number 56. And I am seeing some very strange strategies. Guys in the top 5 that take the car after a couple of laps and take it to the pits. Got to be a tires thing. That's all I can think of. But I think you only get 1 replacement set, so I'm not sure. A lap or 2 more before we double them up. I think everybody's out of the pit, so we might get the one to go this next time by. Yeah, we're going to get one to go right here. We're going to go right back. Somehow I think we're getting off the rails here. I'm not sure.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, the farewell tour for the 46th or 48th time, whichever it is, for the McRib sandwich. Yeah, that's awesome. Green flag back in the air, 44 laps remaining, and Temples once again to the front. Baker grabs second, battle for third. Jason Garrett now trying to go to the high side on Greg Moore. Moore gave up a spot on the high side earlier to Lawson. We'll see if he does it again here to Garrett. The 14 car looks pretty strong on the top side. McLaughlin trying to figure out which car is going to clear so he can use the open door. Ooh, and that time close quarters, and they were lucky to get through, but the guys behind them did not. I think that's Jeff Werdeman we're going to see have a problem here. Werdeman in the 81 down in the corner. Yeah, he got a little help. Maybe had to roll off the throttle because the car in front of him got a little free, and he got a little bump from behind. And now your leader takes the car from the point and goes down pit road. You see Werdeman's car sitting there? Let's see what they're going to do here on the 72 car. Right side tires going on it. Left side tires going on as well. So 4 new skins for that one. So that is going to put the 89 of Nick Baker on the point. Baker been on pit road twice. Already see, so he may be done pitting for the evening. In this last 42 laps, he is just going to try to keep the 89 car out front. Greg Moore has been on pit road 3 times. Jason Garrett 3 times. Sean McLaughlin only 1 time to pit road this evening. And Austin DeMore has been on pit road twice. So that's the pit out of the top 5. So it looks like we'll double them up. Baker will take the inside. Dare I ask what that means? Is there some kind of secret code?
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. 42 laps. Still on the board. Baker off the restart. Grabs the point. Moore into second. Garrett into third. Almost side by side. Here comes Lawson again. That 63 car has been very good on the top side. Basically, all race long, he has made a couple of really good runs to try to take positions. And now he's working on McLaughlin. I just don't think he's going to have what it takes to get there right now. May have to wait. But here comes Wes Whitfield around the top side, trying to get around DeMore. Look who's behind him, guys. The 94 car. Once again of Justin Sumner on his 3rd charge through this field. Close to the fence on the exit of the corner that time. He and DeMore very tight together. He's going to take the spot. DeMore's going to lose the car. Caution coming. Austin DeMore with the crash. We were kind of watching when this one started. The 7 car going to get down on the... He kind of got loose getting in. He just never got that car back. Punts the inside wall. And that may be the end of the night for the 7 car. So, Baker, Garrett, Moore, McLaughlin, Lawson. Then Whitfield, Sumner, Powell, Turnmeyer, and Stallings the top 10. Westendorf, Hines, Pearson, Temple, Payne, Werdeman, Thomas, Sanford, and Eddy. The 19 cars that remain on the track. Everybody behind that is out. That's DeMore, Steffen, Yates, Perry, Rundle, and Dale Garrett. Dale Garrett, last week's winner, for whatever reason, did not make it to the starting line tonight. So it wouldn't have been, it could have been 2 in a row. He would have had to come from deep, but watching the way he raced last week, had every confidence that he might have been able to pull that off. 12th caution, we're going to close it out right here, go back to green with 38 laps remaining.
Green, green, green.
Nick Baker once again with a good start with Jason Garrett. Almost an equal start on the top side, and he's able to clear into second by himself. Here's the battle. This is going to be for 3rd. McLaughlin nicked the fence out of forward. I don't think it hurt him a bit. He stays side by side with Greg Moore. He's getting everything the 77 car has in it on the exits right there. That car almost getting sideways every corner. That time Moore got sideways. That may do it. McLaughlin has the advantage. He He grabs the third spot away. I see Sumner in here, and he's tucked in behind Lawson. These two trying to work their way around Wes Whitfield. Lawson gets clear. Sumner does not. So Sumner is going to have to regroup and go at it again. Lawson protecting that inside entry because Whitfield had a little bit of a run right there. Here comes Marvin Turnmeyer, and he's going to work to the inside of Sumner. This is a battle for 7th. Turnmeyer started on the pole, led about the first 40, 45 laps. Pit strategy moved him back a little bit. He has just kind of been mired back here now, trying to find some forward momentum. 94 car with a little bump to the fence again out of turn number 4. Getting down, we're in the last third of this thing. Everybody's going to have to figure out what they got left and use it up. Baker's got almost 0.7 of a second over Garrett. About the same distance back to the third place car of McLaughlin, but they are stacked up behind McLaughlin because Greg Moore has the 4th spot, and Lawson is trying to figure out how to move him off that line. See that he's going to have to go to the top side. Right off the podium. Let's go back where Westendorf and company are at. And right in front of him, right behind Turnmeyer, that's Stallings. There's your former leader, Philip Temples. He left the track to go get new tires, and right now those tires not doing him a bit of good. He gets around Hines, moves himself into 10th. With 29 laps remaining, he's got a lot of track to make up. He needs a caution or two. So we'll go back. Baker, a full second out in front of the second place car of Garrett. And Garrett's got about 0.7, 0.8 of a second on the third place car of McLaughlin. That's where the stack up kind of starts because Moore has stayed right in his hip pocket since McLaughlin took that spot. And Lawson just trying to find a way to get around Moore. He hasn't been able to do much with the 10 car. Whitfield is between Lawson and Sumner, and Turnmeyer still trying to work over the back bumper of the 94 car. Nobody's going anywhere right now. We're going to close in on 26 laps to go this time by. Moore still trying to hang on to 4th. He's starting to lose some ground to McLaughlin, and Lawson's probably getting a little impatient. He may be getting ready to put the chrome horn. Oh, he gets him moved up off the line in 3 and 4. So Lawson is going to use the bottom to get through. Here comes Wes Whitfield. Now Sumner closing in on this group, getting away from Stallings. On board with Moore as Lawson goes by into 4th. Sumner with a big run off the top of turn 2. It's going to go around Temples.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution in behind. That's going to, oh, Philip Temples. That's part of the reason. I think Temples ended up, as soon as Sumner cleared him, I think Temples ended up with a problem. Oh, yeah, he and Stallings look like they get together right there. So we'll see if he's got nose damage. And just on the nose, so. So we'll get back up here to the front and get the field reset. Baker, Garrett, McLaughlin, Lawson, Moore, the top 5. Sumner, Stallings, Whitfield, Turnmeyer, and Hines in the top 10. .22 laps remaining. Westendorf's car off. Now it moves it to the bottom of the pylon. So top 10 correct right there. Sanford in 11th. Stallings, Thomas, Eddie, Pearson, Payne, Temples, and Westendorf. Powell is back out 2 laps down in 19th. Don't think he can improve much unless they give him some wave rounds. There goes the 10 car of Greg Moore to the pits. 22 laps remaining. Track position apparently not a premium for these guys. That'll move everybody in the top 6 or 7 up a spot as he falls back a little bit further. So Baker, Garrett, McLaughlin, Lawson, Whitfield are the top 5. Sumner in 6, Turnmeyer, Hines, Werdeman, and Sanford now make up the top 10 as we get ready to go back. Primary sponsor for summer. What, McFlurry? I'm so lost in this conversation. Holy cow. All right. 2x2, ready to go back to green. 21 laps officially when we go back. Been kind of a tough one. See, and I always thought Corona was the best sponsor for summer. I don't know.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. It'll be 22 laps. Baker with a good start. Here's the battle for second. That time Garrett got out of shape. He's going to get a good run down the backstretch. I just don't think he's got enough momentum to clear McLaughlin right now. Good drive through the corner. Boy, he just took the spot back. That was authoritative right there. He just drove that 14 car in there. Kept it stuck on the high side. He took second back away from McLaughlin. Now the battle, fourth on back. Whitfield, Lawson, Sumner, Turnmeyer. This is side by side, too deep. Time to go, and everybody knows it. Cars moving around on the exits of these corners. Lawson's up on the top side trying to clear Whitfield for fourth. Now he's got the spot. Sumner's going to go around the top side and try to get up there. He needs a couple more spots. Car back around. That's Werdeman. I saw the car turn around backwards. That was Jeff Werdeman. Yeah, that was Werdeman. That was not... Gets through the corner. I don't know if maybe the car got loose and he got help on the right rear corner. Alan Payne. I saw Temples was in this. Understandable. Understandable. I know how the happy wife, happy life thing goes. So we're going to get down. We're going to have 18 laps remaining. Caution number 14 tonight. And I'm not really sure if that was a case of Werdeman got a little loose and then got some help from the 31 right there, or what it was, but it did look like the back of that 81 car did kind of bounce a little right before he started to turn. And I think the 31 was already there, so. Have to go back and take a closer look at the replay. That's not why we're here. We're here to entertain all the viewers, not to pass judgment. Because we don't have a dog in the fight. There goes Powell trying to get his lap back. Should put him back on the lead lap, I think. Jeff Werdeman, 81 car. To the pits. He is done for the evening, so 18 cars. Looking to finish this one for the last 18 laps. We started with 25. Should get one to go here. Oh boy, Sanford is out. Whitfield is out as well. So 16 cars. So I think J Powell's going to rejoin 17th. So make it 17 on the lead lap. Well, that's a good deal right there, I got to say. So now we got to ask her as GM, why the hell don't the ice cream machine ever work? I mean, we need answers.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back into the air. 18 circuits remaining. Going to have a battle for second right off of the restart here. These two going to go at it one more time. The last time, Garrett, and he does it again. He just drives the car on the top through the corner, and he took back second again with some authority. They better look out now. 94 car at the front late in this one. He is in fourth and looking for more. 3 trips through the field. And now sitting inside the top 5 in fourth. Lawson driving around the high side trying to get around Turnmeyer. That was a little twitch by both drivers off the exit of turn number 4. Brad Lawson, car off to the infield. I think he's going to keep it straight. We're going to stay green. I think he just bumped the inside fence, but he's able to keep it going. I want to say that was Bruce Pearson or Jay Powell, one of the two. Got way sideways and went down to the infield wall down there. So, single file through the top 10 right now. There goes a car around. That's Matt Eddy.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And we were just kind of getting into a little bit of a groove, the 88 machine. Going to have some trouble here out of 4. Yeah, he's going to get some help. Got some help off the nose of the 72 machine. So we'll regroup them again. And we'll give them about 12 laps. Baker, Garrett, McLaughlin, Sumner, and Lawson are the top 5. Turnmeyer, Hines, Moore, Westendorf. Payne's falling back through there. So we'll let everybody get shuffled through. We'll make sure the top 10 is correct. I think we had some cars out of line. Top 5 are correct. Turnmeyer's in 6th. Then Moore, Thomas, Powell, Pearson through the top 10. I think Matt Eddy comes out of that 11th. Barry Hines is 12th. Westendorf's going to come out 13th. Alan Payne in the 14th spot. And if Temples returns the car to the track, he would be 16th. So we get them lined up here. Probably next lap we're going to get the one to go. We'll have 12 circuits remaining. Starting to lose cars in the field. I think guys maybe thinking about fuel here too. I see Blake Stallings' car still sitting on pit road at this time. Looks like we're going to at least get one more circuit. And now the lights go off as they roll down the backstretch. 13 circuits. Looks like we added another lap. I don't know how you do that, but okay. Garrett.
Green flag, green flag.
Jason Garrett left and went to pit road, and I totally missed it. So there won't be a big fight for second right now, as it looks like Justin Sumner is going to clear McLaughlin with ease and move himself into the top two. McLaughlin, though, going to fight back on the bottom. Down here and watch these two. And caution behind. Don't know what this is for. Bruce Pearson. Bruce Pearson in the 22. That's the green car, the Mission 22. And cars in front of him. That was Moore and Jesse Thomas in the other 10 car. And he just becomes a victim in that deal. So, wow. Got raucous for a minute. I am trying to figure out when you're that late into the race why you give up the track position, especially when his car was doing so well. He was able to fight hard and stay in that top two, but Jason Garrett off track and now back in 10th. So it's going to be Baker, Sumner, McLaughlin, Lawson, Turnmeyer, Powell, Eddy, Hines, Garrett, and Westendorf, the top 10. And there goes the 77 of McLaughlin. In the top three and out. Takes the 77 car. Must be a fuel thing. Can't get the... Well, you could just keep an extra machine on hand, I think. I mean, I don't really know. I just know that I never see one that works, and I've heard recently that in the new remodeled modern stores, they are doing away with the ice cream machine. So I don't know if that's true or not. You might be able to tell us, but that's the rumor. It's not like we miss it. I don't go to fast food restaurants for ice cream anyway. Except maybe Dairy Queen. All right, doubling them up. Let's see if we can get the final 12 laps in. We are getting down to it. Only about 15 cars out there as Philip Temples has retired in 16th. Jesse Thomas in 15th. So it looks like 14 cars on the track right now.
Green flag, green flag.
Back to green. Good start for Baker. Now Lawson's going to try to battle here with Sumner. Not for long as Sumner just drives away in two, and he got right to the bumper of the 89 car. "11 laps remaining." I think somebody should cue the Jaws music because I think the 94 car is on stock mode right now. Here comes Turnmeyer trying to make a bid to get back in the top three. He's working on Lawson. He's got the inside. Baker opens a gap about 3 car lengths on Sumner now. My goodness. How does an ice cream machine catch fire? That's crazy. Lawson able to hang on for the time being. Turnmeyer's right there. Now Powell got back on the lead lap a few laps ago, and he is up here in the top 5. Probably got pretty fast skins on that 18 machine, and it looks like he's going to battle. Nick Baker starting to open the gap, 0.6 of a second. We're down to 8 to go. And I thought Sumner had just clicked on stock mode, and he was just looking for the opening. And Baker just said, oh, yeah? Well, watch this. Let me turn the wick up just one more click. See if I can't get out of here on y'all. So Lawson's still hanging on to third. Turnmeyer's right there. So is Powell. Matt Eddy's back in this. There's Jason Garrett, who was second. Must have had to go get fuel. Now he is running about 7th and right in the heart of this pack. Turnmeyer was under fire for a split second. I think he was looking to see if the outside would work on Lawson, and he almost let Powell get to the inside right there. 5 to go this time. Wave lap being shown to the drivers. 1 full second for Nick Baker. Checking out late in this one. Lawson to the inside on Turnmeyer. Here comes Matt Eddy up to the high side. He may try to make this 3 wide. I definitely know that doesn't work here. They can speak from experience. That never works here. Lawson clears Turnmeyer. That opens the door for Eddy. This all happening inside the top 5. Leaders checking out. 1 1/4 seconds. Sumner holding off Lawson. Powell on a charge. I don't think he's going to have time to get there, and if he does, he's going to have to make quick work of Lawson. Two to go, the signal from the starter stand. Now Lawson looked to the inside for a split second on Sumner, didn't have the position. Trying to get the run on the exit of the corner. He just cannot get close enough to force his nose alongside. We're going to come to the white flag, so the next flag is going to end it no matter what color it is. And now Lawson has the nose to the inside. Don't think he's going to have enough. It is all Baker out front. 1 3/4 second. He's going to win this easily at Nashville tonight. The battle's for a second, and Sumner's going to hang on over Lawson. Powell in 4th, and Eddy gets around Turnmeyer late, and he comes home 5th. So, we got to the end. It wasn't pretty, but we made it all work. Great race in the end. We saw cars charge through the field multiple times. When we got green flag racing, it was pretty doggone exciting. Well, let's see. Mick Baker's down there. We'll put him in the waiting room. Justin Summers down there. We'll put him in the waiting room. Let's see. Is Lawson here? There's McLaughlin. Well, we'll give him a moment to get here. There's Brad Lawson. Now we can talk to him. Brad Lawson, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, heck of a run tonight, man. Hard fought. You were up and down. You did a lot of battling tonight, but you come home on the bottom step of the podium. 100 laps seems like forever here sometimes.
Oh, yeah. We had a little bit of as far as mishaps there and stuff, but it was a fun race, man. A lot of ups and downs, like you said, and man, that was fun.
Yeah, you got to do some passing on the inside, some passing on the outside, and I thought when you were the first car to really get up on the outside and make a pass, that might be the place where everybody did it, because you looked really strong up there. And then it looked like it went away, and it came back, and it went away, and it came back. It's hard to chase this track, right?
It is. It really is. As far as that goes, my buddy Jason, he run 4th there tonight and stuff, and he was kind of in the back, and he's like, man, that outside feels good. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it on a couple of restarts, but it was gone after a couple laps there, and the inside really gained momentum. But but yeah, it was. I was able to get a few positions there toward the end on the outside. It was just a cool deal.
What an awesome run, man. Give us a couple shout-outs before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, man, I'd like to thank all the guys at Team 5 Motorsports, Joey, who runs this deal. I'd like to thank Jay, Trevor Harmon, all the guys that make it fun to do this. And I'd like to thank the guys that host the league and you guys in the booth, man. It's man, this is just a cool deal. Also, I want to give a shout-out to the 94, man. That was me and him made contact earlier in the race, and he fought back, and man, that was fun there coming to the line. It was either one of us there, but that was cool.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you back here in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Brad Lawson finishing in third. That camera angle sucks, so we're going to go back to this one, and we're going to get what looks to be the fan favorite. He had to charge to the field multiple times, but he brings the number 94 car home in second place. So you got a lot of fans in the chat, Mr. Sumner.
Oh, yeah, that's a bunch of my buddies, a couple of my sponsors and teammates and loyal fans. They're a mess. They love to give me crap the entire time, too. So, but, yeah, got doored a couple times and didn't get a caution or anything out, so I fought with over 3 minutes worth of damage, 2.5, 3 minutes worth of damage the whole time. And just the cautions were not my friend. I wasn't able to save enough tire to keep up with Nick. He absolutely worked the scenarios perfect and got himself that win.
Well, you charged through the field at least 3 times, and every time you were getting close to the front, man, you'd go in the pits, and I kept thinking eventually it's going to bite him because he's going to get caught back in there with everybody starting to actually turn up the pressure and starting to fight, and looked like it worked out for you. Trying to drive your way through there, and you already had some damage to keep it off. It looked like there was a lot of carnage going on out there, man. How tough was that?
It definitely was tough. It's that all time saying, short track racing, different checkup points for everybody, different lines. I had to use the high line to get around some people a good bit, but that ultimately was my demise with the tires. But I will gladly take a P2 from passing probably 300 cars, what it felt like. But all in all, that McDonald's 94 for BCM got a podium.
All right, man. Well, go ahead and give us the rest of your shout-outs before we let you get out of here and celebrate an awesome run tonight, man.
All right, thank you. I'd like to give a shout-out to Alan Leifker and Sim Race City. If you guys ever need anything for your sim racing needs, hit them up, as well as McConey Setup Shops, custom setups for iRacing. They're the place to go. And my teammates, Black Car Mafia, and everybody in the chat that was rooting me on. Appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Congrats on a great run. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks when we return.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Justin Sumner running second tonight. Now, let's move to the guy. We thought we jinxed him because he got in some early trouble, but he gets in the pits, gets the car fixed. What do you know? He winds up on top the podium tonight with a great win. Nick Baker, how are you, buddy?
I'm tired. My butt's a little sore. I think I'm going to need a massage or a chiropractor for my backhand, but other than that, doing okay.
Well, 100 laps in what I'm sure felt like 250 out here. You found a way to get to the front late and just never gave it up.
Yeah, I'm just fast. You let me out front, nobody's going to catch me. I'm really bad on restarts unless I'm pole. And when I'm pole, for whatever reason, I'm pretty good. I don't jump the start dirty or nothing, but I don't know. I'm pretty good when I get out front. And I play it so that way the 2 guys behind me get side by side. I run it hard for a few laps and back her down. They can't catch me.
Well, you worked your strategy pretty well. You didn't come out after everyone pitted at the front. You were about, I think, 6th or 8th right there. Were other guys pulling up because they just didn't put enough fuel in the car? Because we saw a lot of guys that were running in the top 2, top 3 just vanish. And, you know, that's free spots.
Yeah, I had 0.1 gallons left. I was collection through the corners the last few laps there trying to save that fuel. You know, the fuel calculator doesn't properly calculate these caution laps not counting. So knowing that, I put in an extra 6 gallons of fuel and I barely made it.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think anybody would be that close when you pitted with about 50 or 60 to go there. I thought that would be plenty of fuel to make it to the end. But an awesome run. You hang on in front of a hard-charging number 94 car. Did you know he was coming?
Oh, I saw him. I knew he was quick, but I knew if I can get out front here. Same thing that happened last season when I won here. If I get out front, you can't catch me. I'm not always the quickest car, but when I have clear clear track, I seemed to do pretty well. So I just knew if I got him side by side with Brad, I was going to be okay there.
Awesome run, man. Give us a shout-out, some thank yous. We'll let you go celebrate a big win tonight.
Shout out C&G Plumbing, the big sponsor here for me. Thanks to Marv for running the league. Thanks for you for coming out. And I guess that's everything I got. I'm too tired to think of this, so I think that's all I got.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the win. I'll look forward to seeing you back in a couple weeks.
Thanks again, Roger.
Nick Baker picking up the win tonight. Let's take a quick look at our official results. They eventually will look. Well, maybe they won't look. Okay, I'm going to read you the top 20 because for whatever reason the results didn't show. Baker, Sumner, Lawson, Powell, Eddie. Then Turnmeyer in 6th. Garrett, good recovery. He comes home 7th. He was in the top 2 and made a pretty strong run. Must have been short on fuel. Had to go in. He comes back and finishes 7th. Stallings was 8th. McLaughlin, Westendorf, Pearson, Payne, Hines, Moore, Thomas, Temples, Sanford, Whitfield, Werdeman, and DeMore were the top 20. Stephan, Yates, Perry, Rundle, and Dale Garrett were rounding out the field tonight. 25 cars started. It was it was an interesting one, I will say that. A lot of cautions, but this is a tough track. So, when the cars are getting squirrely coming off the corners, you're racing that close, that tight with a lot of drivers, things are going to happen. Still a good run. I think the guys are off next week from what I looked at the schedule. We're back on the 28th. So this series skipping 1 week. But don't forget Thursday night, Mighty Midgets with the Netcode Esports guys. Double shows for them every Thursday night. They run 2 full shows. We start about 7:30. Usually lasts about 90 minutes, give or take. And they put on a great show with those dirt midget cars. Then Sunday night, Bar Series goes back to the asphalt, the sister series too, the Short Track Showdown series. They go back to the pavement late model car, and they start their half season. They do a half in the dirt and half onto the pavement, and they start the other half this Sunday night. That's an 8 o'clock Eastern start. And then Dirt Slingers, Monday Night Thunder, Big Block Modifieds. Round number 8 for those guys next week. So that's an 8 o'clock start. So mark your calendars. Don't forget your likes, shares, follows, and hit the subscribe button. Appreciate everybody being in the chat, guys. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing, there's nothing for us to cover. So thanks to everybody that's involved in helping us bring you awesome racing every week. Till we see you guys the next time, keep the rough side down. Love everybody.